artistic creation is a lie which tells the truth. The artist distorts the shapes and changes the colors of his or her model, but such transformation has a single goal: to express the truth of the particular fragment of nature which has been chosen as a subject. However, at the same time, the artist seeks to express his or her own nature. Each of us interprets the world in our own way. The artist uses a work of art to make visible that which is at work in all of us. This truth, which is expressed, will allow us to move a step further towards understanding the world, which is composed of enigmas and not of inaccessible mysteries which are beyond our ability to solve. Ultimately, artistic creation, this artificial construction, what is, what exists, and as such, it helps us to reinvent and restructure our world. A work of art becomes a sign, and therefore produces a code and messages. It is a type of language, and is consequently essential for humanity and for society. Art implies humility, and at the same time, a broadening of each of our individual spheres and horizons. The artist, as a subject, opens himself or herself up to others, and the spectator receives the artist, also in the capacity of subject. Art acts as a catalyst for human relationships. Everything in nature is interesting, as it captivates and compels the artist. My favorite themes are those which evoke more than simple passion in human beings, too simple. In other words, those which evoke faith in the broader sense of the word, in any of every sphere of existence, such as desire and love in the poetic books of the Bible, especially in the book of Job, theater as a moment of communion and fascination, last but not least, flamenco and the dazzling illumination which can arise from human encounters. It is this effervescence of life, which is everywhere, that inspires me, as it illustrates the animal nature of man and his attempt to live out his humanity through desire and love in all their forms. The story of Job is not the story of a simple man, resigned and subservient, but also the story of a man who was courageous. To me, his quest for otherness, his inner dynamism are blatant. Job is far from being passive, even though he forgets his body and leaves it to decay. His story, his legend, evoke for me the different way which is my way, that is the psychoanalysis, through which humanity strives to ask in our own words the question of our desire and of our truth. To Job, this is crucial. As for the theater, it enchants me, and I allow myself to be bewitched and delighted by it, even dazzled with pleasure. Every work of art is a scene, and is therefore the artist's own stage for the expression of his or her myth, fears, joys, anxieties, and questions. He or she must therefore accept the loss of all that he or she knows, in order to achieve the spark of creation. I am often asked why I use harlequins, and I always reply, 3 cheers for harlequins, because they came out of the lower classes, who, despite their poverty, wished to participate in carnivals and festivals. And so they came up with a costume made of a patchwork of fabrics and materials that they were able to find or salvage, and that has become the diamond patterned costume that harlequins still wear today when they appear in comedies in such an inventive, spontaneous and brilliant way. And in my work, they are my models, and they teach me about eclecticism and the mistrust of censors, as well as my own censorship.